Liv Morgan and another Judgment Day member to finally betray top star on next week's WWE RAW? Exploring the possibility. Hello guys, welcome to my channel. I am Elena. Have a nice day. For the latest news update, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. Liv Morgan could cause a major shift in the dynamic of the Judgment Day next week. Since her return last month at Survivor Series War Games, the Miracle Kid has been leading the charge for her faction to re-establish its dominance on Monday Night RAW. Liv Morgan could cause a major shift in the dynamic of the Judgment Day next week. Since her return last month at Survivor Series War Games, the Miracle Kid has been leading the charge for her faction to re-establish its dominance on Monday Night RAW. However, her road hasn't been smooth thus far. Morgan was seemingly positioning herself to challenge Stephanie Vaquer for the Women's World Championship, but Raquel Rodriguez inserted herself into the title picture behind the Miracle Kid's back. This has caused friction between the former women's tag team champions. Next week, Big Mommy Cool will face Vaquer and Nikki Bella for the Women's World title in a triple threat match. The underlying tension between Morgan and Rodriguez could reach its boiling point, and Liv, along with Roxanne Perez, could betray Raquel Rodriguez. During the latest episode of RAW, Raquel inadvertently cost Roxanne her match against Bayley. Backstage, the Judgment Day ladies had an argument where Perez blamed Rodriguez, claiming she and Morgan had everything under control until Big Mommy Cool made a blunder. Before Liv Morgan was sidelined with an injury, she was not on board with having Roxanne Perez in the Judgment Day. Finn Balor was seemingly trying to replace Morgan with the prodigy in the group, but it appears that he has failed. Since returning, Morgan has surprisingly accepted Perez as a member of the Judgment Day. The prodigy was initially skeptical about her relationship with the former Women's World Champion, but Morgan has been nothing but supportive of Roxanne. This may be Liv Morgan's plan to gain Roxanne's support amid the internal power struggle in the Judgment Day. The Miracle Kid could use the 24-year-old's alliance to exact revenge on Raquel Rodriguez next week. While Morgan has been acting as if she's okay with Raquel entering the world title picture without consulting with her, the reality seems to be different. The Miracle Kid clearly had a plan in motion for the entire faction, but Raquel's actions have disrupted it. Big Mommy Cool may have to pay for her actions next week, as Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez could cost her the title match and kick her out of the Judgment Day. That sad? This scenario is only speculative, and nothing has been confirmed. It remains to be seen what's next for the heel faction in WWE. 3 clear signs. The Judgment Day is finished in WWE. The Judgment Day has been prominently featured on WWE RAW almost every week since its inception in 2022. The faction originally consisted of Edge, Rhea Ripley, and Damian Priest. With the rest of the members joining later, the lineup has changed dramatically in the 3 years since the Judgment Day's formation, but there are a few clear signs that their time together could come to an end soon. Here are 4 such hints that the Judgment Day could break up soon. Morgan and Rodriguez had a strong run as the women's tag team champions last year. However, their partnership has been on shaky ground since Morgan's return at Survivor Series. Right after her return to RAW, the Miracle Kid made it clear that she was in line to challenge Stephanie Vaquer for the Women's World Championship. However, Rodriguez was given a shot at the title before her teammate, and things haven't been the same since. Nikki Bella's involvement in the title picture has also complicated things, and Morgan could turn on her partner for challenging for the world title ahead of her. 2. Injuries to Dominic Mysterio and JD McDonough. Dominic Mysterio recently suffered a shoulder injury during a DDT spot at Triple Aguera de Titanes. He teamed up with El Grande Americano to face his father, Rey Mysterio and Rey Fenix. There is no word on how long he will be out. but he will likely miss a few weeks. On the other hand, JD McDonough recently posted an update on social media where he informed fans that he would have to undergo surgery. He didn't confirm what the issue was, but revealed that there were several things that needed to be fixed. McDonough also confirmed that he wouldn't be away for long, but there is currently no timeline for the return of either star. As a result, the creative team could factor their injuries into their plans and focus on the tension between the other members. The Judgment Day has been together for very long. It seemed like a Judgment Day breakup would happen earlier this year when there was a lot of tension between Finn Balor and Dominic Mysterio. However, like several other storylines in WWE right now, it went nowhere. The Judgment Day has been together for longer than some of the most iconic factions in the company, such as The Shield and Evolution. Despite signs of a breakup last year, Balor and Mysterio have seemingly set aside their differences. The same can be said for Liv Morgan and Balor, who were seemingly at odds over the leadership of the Judgment Day despite their no leaders policy. With Mysterio now one of the biggest young stars in the company and Morgan a regular in the main event scene, there is little more to achieve by keeping the group together. As a result, it seems that the faction has run its course and now would be a good time to send the members in different directions. Liv Morgan to cheat on Dominic Mysterio while he's out, replace him with ex-partner? WWE RAW possibility explored. Liv Morgan and Dominic Mysterio's relationship has been on a roller coaster ride this year. Although things seem fine at this point, it could be a matter of time before it falls apart. Mysterio reportedly suffered a shoulder injury during his match at Triple A Guerre de Titanen and could be away from WWE for a while. Rumors have been swirling that Morgan could cheat on him amid his absence. Speculation suggests that the Miracle Kid may replace Dominic Mysterio with his ex-partner El Grande Americano. The two superstars, Mysterio and Americano, competed at Triple A Guerre de Titanes as the heel faction Los Gringos Locos 2.0. However, their alliance broke up after the match. Dirty Dom shoved the masked luchador away in anger and stormed off backstage. Many believe that Dominic Mysterio's ex-partner could now be Liv Morgan's topic of interest. However, the possibility of the Miracle Kid cheating on her Latino heat is relatively low. The Judgment Day is already gripped with internal tensions and conflicts lately. A Cold War seems to be brewing between Morgan and Rodriguez, as the two have been involved in a scuffle lately. They're, WWE running another storyline simultaneously, and that too involving a love betrayal angle, seems unlikely. Moreover, Dominic Mysterio has stayed loyal to Liv Morgan during her absence, and the Miracle Kid is expected to do the same. Also, El Grande Americano doesn't fit in such romantic storylines, and the creative would likely avoid putting him in such a story. It will be interesting to see how things shape up in the coming weeks. Dirty Dom's potential injury has cast a shadow on the Judgment Day's future. Liv Morgan to ruin a high-stakes WWE title match on Monday Night Raw. Ever since making her return at Survivor Series this year, Liv Morgan has been one of the biggest highlights of Monday Night Raw. The Miracle Kid has been on a mission to revive her faction and bring back glory days for the Judgment Day. While doing so, the 31-year-old may end up making a huge blunder. Stephanie Vaquer is set to defend the Women's World Championship against Nikki Bella and Raquel Rodriguez next week on Raw. There is a good possibility that Morgan could ruin this match. During the final moments of the bout, she could interfere and unleash a brutal attack on Vaquer and Bella. Liv Morgan could do that to give her best friend Raquel Rodriguez an opening. However, the referee could end the match in a no contest. WWE could showcase such an angle to exacerbate the existing tensions between Morgan and Rodriguez as their relationship has started to erode in recent times. This could add an interesting layer within the Judgment Day saga. Moreover, it will make the Women's World Championship picture exciting. However, this is just speculation at this point, and only time will tell what happens. WWE Monday Night Raw results on December 22nd, 2025. Who won? WWE RAW aired live on Netflix from the Van Andel Arena in Grand Rapids, Michigan for the December 22nd episode. The show featured Bayley facing Roxanne Perez, Javon Evans in singles action, and a major tag team match. Here are all the results and winners from the December 22nd episode of WWE Monday Night Raw. List of WWE Monday Night Raw match results and winners. On December 22, Rhea Ripley battled Asuka, while tensions continued between their factions. Ripley's tag team partner, Io Sky, appeared at ringside, but Kairi Sane swept Sky's legs on the apron. This distraction led Ripley to stop to check on Sky, allowing Asuka to roll her up and steal the win in a major segment. Becky Lynch returned to end her boycott. She claimed she was still the real Women's Intercontinental Champion and blamed corrupt officiating. Maxine Dupree interrupted, and the two began brawling. Lynch tapped out again during the chaos. Javon Evans versus Rayo Americano. The match moved at a fast pace. In the end, Evans went for a springboard cutter, but Rayo countered with a forearm. After he missed a moonsault, Evans capitalized and landed a double jump cutter to secure the victory. Bayley with Lyra Valkyria Perez versus Roxanne Perez with Liv Morgan. Bayley had Lyra Valkyria in her corner, while Roxanne Perez was backed by Liv Morgan. Chaos broke out as Morgan distracted the referee, allowing Perez to expose a turnbuckle. However, Raquel Rodriguez came out and interfered, but Lyra took out both Morgan and Rodriguez at ringside. Bayley then regained control and won with a Saito suplex and a top rope elbow drop. In another major segment, Gunther cut a heated promo, once again insulting John Cena. The fans drowned him in boos. CM Punk came out, and the two stood face to face, setting up the night's main event. CM Punk, Rey Mysterio versus The Vision, Bronson Reed, Austin Theory. The teams fought hard, and it was Austin Theory who picked up the win. He gained the advantage by using the ropes on Rey Mysterio. He followed that up with a curb stomp on Mysterio to get the pin. After the match, Punk went after Theory, but Braun Breaker tried to ambush him. Punk fought back briefly, but Breaker crushed Punk with a devastating